Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Naisha Stone, the founder of Carving the Stone, your weekly source of positive news. We're back with the 10th episode of CNS IG Live for Positive Black Women. And today we have a good friend of mine, Mocha Harris, who is into brand marketing. So if you want to know how to build your business up or your startup or you just as an individual, you definitely want to tune in today. As I've been mentioning in the last lives, please mark your calendars for September 1st because applications for the CNS Scholarship Fund are opening. If you're in Wisconsin, we are awarding three $3,000 scholarships to Wisconsin creatives and students. This means that you do not have to be a student to apply for the creative scholarship, but you do have to be a student for the student one. Duh. But for the first time ever, we are also awarding laptops to the winners. So I'm very, very excited. Thank you to Milwaukee Urban League for donating, sponsoring those laptops. So again, September 1st. But we have some great good things going on shortly. And let me see if I can get. Let's see. All right, there we go. There we go.
Hey,
Hey, how you-
I'm good. I'm outside in the car because I wanted quiet. I didn't want no distractions.
Hey, this is the second one that's been in the car. I interviewed Daphne Reed, who was unveiled by Fresh Prince, so she did her
Uh-huh.
in the car too. So
Okay.
so you're not the only one. To those who are tuning in, my name is Naisha Stone. This is Carving the Stone, your weekly source of positive news. And we're on the 10th episode of CNS IG Live with Positive Black Women. And today we have a good friend of mine, Mocha Harris, who is all about brand marketing. Most people know her for putting on shows, but her expertise is way more than that. So I definitely just kind of want to start off with that. What makes what are some key things that entrepreneurs can do to begin to brand up?
Can you say it again? It was kind of breaking out. What are some key things that entrepreneurs can do to what?
Start to build their brand up.
Just start off organically, do a lot of word of mouth. Less money is better. Um, I'm all about building relationships. If you can build relationships and you can stay, if you can support people, they'll support you in the long run. So how my company brand came off the ground was strictly word of mouth. People sharing my posts, people supporting and want to be a part of it. So I think the best way to build your brand off the ground is first start off organically as much as possible. That way you'll be able to test it, see what's working and what's not working. You'll be able to see who your target market is and who your target audience is. You'll be able to see those things. Then maybe a year or two after building your brand, you'll have some data to check out, and then you can be able to invest a little bit more money into it. But I do believe is the word of mouth and building relationships is the best way to build your brand.
Okay, so you just dropped a whole bunch of gems. So I'm gonna back up a little bit. Um,
Okay.
as a brand marketer, so in the simplest terms, what does that mean?
Brand marketer, really pretty much creating marketing plans around building your brand, not more so trying to make money. So I create my stuff around just natural content, letting people. You do a great job at it. I don't know if you know, but brand awareness, showing people what you are doing with your company, not just trying to get people to buy stuff from you. What positive things are you doing for the community? What positive things are you doing for the youth? Or what other things are you doing that is not tied to money? So that's why I call myself a brand marketer, because what I am doing for the community, that brings money versus creating your whole business plan around sales. That's a whole different approach.
So I love that you're talking about content and just building instead of always selling to your customers. So right now, I feel like we're in the age of a lot of people are just posting content. Do you feel like for your business as your brand, do you feel it's more about how much you post or about what you post, or do you think it's just a mush of both, or what do you think like just to build your brand when it comes to content?
I think it's both. Sometimes you have to post a lot. Sometimes if you create content that is really eye appealing and is great, you don't have to post a lot. Like me, I'll use me for example. I post once a month. And every time I post, the interactions and everything is still the same because I'm posting content that people want to see. That's the most important thing, especially on Instagram. When you building your page, like everybody always tell you when you building your new page and your new business, go follow your friends, go follow your family. But the problem with that is your friends and your family might not be your target audience. So you got all these people on your page that's not interacting with your content, and then it sometimes make you upset. It's because those people aren't your target audience. So I think the good thing about like keep keep a consistent schedule. The algorithm is so powerful and they go off of that. If you keep a consistent schedule, so you don't have to post 5 or 6 times a day. I mean, on TikTok, I would say do that on TikTok because I'm TikTok is for the new kids. I can't keep up with that. But Instagram and Facebook, you can post once or twice a week and still get great engagements.
No, I love that. So since we've been talking about branding and stuff like that, I want to get into MKExpanded. So
Okay.
most people know you for, putting artists on. So for the people that don't know you, what does it mean for you to help other artists?
Okay, I'm glad you asked that question. So I realized that the music artists, they only know music. Outside of music, nothing else exists. So my goal was to really teach them how to be business professionals. I decided to do local talent because I like to see the growth. I like to see where they were when they first started until where they go. And then coming back home and throwing local shows was a little easier because we didn't really have too many people doing it here. But when I was in Atlanta, it was different. We got so many people doing the same thing. But I think the reason why I wanted to do local talents because, like I said, I like the growth. I want to help them as much as possible. I want to teach them how to be business professionals because, like when we were on stage together, I say this all the time. They know the music industry, but the music business is something that they're lacking in. And it's not because they just don't know. Sometimes they want to do it, they just don't know how to. And not to like throw shade or anything like that, but a lot of a lot of creators, they spend so much time on perfecting their sound. They not focused on business stuff. They not focused on contracts. They not focused on that. So that's the reason why I created my company, because I want them to be prepared. Like when they go see a label, no, I don't want to sign this contract because it's not going to help me out on the long run. That's how I want them to be prepared for the future.
No, I appreciate you because we definitely need people like that. And it's not even just in the music industry, like just in media. Like most people don't take the path I do, or whether you want to be a doctor or whatever, like you found a way to help people because there's a lot of knowledge out there, but you help them, you bring access to that. And I really appreciate that because we
Thank
definitely,
you.
I love the shows. We definitely need more shows. So any artists out there, definitely start marketing yourself more. One thing I can say is there are a lot of artists in the world, and there are only so many media companies or so many A&Rs or whatever. You have to start reaching out too, but you have to do it in a professional way. How do
Mm-hmm.
how do you balance being professional and then also being who the hell you are? Because I kind of have that conflict within myself. Because like positive news, but I can't really post that I'm Turkey. Like how do you manage putting up with both worlds?
That's a good question. And what I'm about to say right now, I would be honest with the people that's viewing. I wouldn't suggest you do this. But me, I'm being who the fuck I want to be. I'm sorry. I'm going to say that because I'm going to be who I am. When I go into work, I am who I am because the work is going to speak for itself. So trying to balance the music, and that's a perfect example. Working at jamming in a corporate world, that's super corporate. We got to dress super professional. We got to talk professional. But then when I get off of work and I go work in the music industry, sometimes I show up to meetings and artists might be smoking in the meeting. So like, or they might be drinking in the meeting, or we can wear whatever we want to wear. I can wear gym clothes to a meeting without an artist or somebody working in the music industry feeling a type of way. So me, I went to Custer High School and I went to Marquette. So I just feel like I got the best of both worlds, world life, best of both worlds. I can adapt to, the people that don't know much, and I can adapt to the corporate world. So it's not really, really hard. I think you just got, especially being Black, I think when you go into a professional world, you have to know that you are here for one reason. Don't let nothing else affect your mood, because sometimes they could say little things that might bother you, but just know that you're there for one goal and you're there to work harder, and you might have to work a little harder to get into that position, but just know that you're there for a reason.
It's a lot of people that's been joining in. If y'all have any questions for Mocha, make sure to put them in the comments or send them through the question thingy. I'll make sure that she answers before we leave out. You have a lot of different roles and titles, but they're all pretty much under branding. How have you been able to like navigate and kind of make your own pathway through like what you having your own business to, being in the corporate world to still working with, the Cactus Club? How have you been able to, reach those different avenues?
In the past, it took up a lot of time. I had no free time. Hanging out with friends wasn't a thing. But now I'm in a position. I have staff, and I'm so grateful for them. I have about uh three. I have three staff, and I have three interns, and I'm currently interviewing more staff and interns. So the team is starting to get bigger. All I do is direct. I allow my team to run the brand as how much as they want to. If you see anything on social media, they probably posted it. If you see a show being promoted, they probably created the lineup. They probably booked this. They probably did everything. I'm just the one overseeing everything. So everything is going pretty smooth now. We have weekly meetings. We have meetings on the weekend as well. So everything is moving pretty smoothly. But in the past, before I had staff, for people that's on viewing now and they just started their new small businesses in that business and they now have a job, what I would say is try your best to delegate. Especially because you have a corporate job, that means you got more money. So now because you got more money, you can outsource. That's one thing I would say. Please try. Do not work yourself to death, because I did that and it drove me crazy. So first thing I would say is delegate. Second, I will say create a schedule that works best for you. Some days you're not going to be able to knock out 5 or 10 things out. One day, write a script. Like perfect. I'm gonna use you for example because you do rewrite stuff. So if I was a journalist, one day I will write my script. The next day I will edit it. The next day I will post it on my website. The next day I will pitch it to people so everybody can see it. So you still need time for yourself. You don't want to just be working all day. So that's what I would say. Delegate, create a schedule, and stick to it, and still make time for you. Do stuff that makes you happy. Because if you just working, you're gonna get stressful, and it might be like, I'm not getting nowhere. When we start our business, we don't make money like within the first 5 years. So sometimes you put a lot of time into it and you're not getting nowhere. It might stresses you out. So still have them self-care days, them personal days where you don't do anything. For me, my day is Sunday. People text me, people call me, but I do not respond back till Monday. And that's just like who I am, unless it's like something extremely, like a project that's about to happen soon. But if it's not one of those things, Sunday, please do not call my line about work, because I'm going to ignore you until Monday morning. And people that work with me know this about me. So that's all I'll say. But yeah, delegate, create a schedule, and create some time for yourself.
Boundary.
Basically.
How do you delegate now, right? So that means you got to give up some of your power. Was that hard for you? And how? And reason because we both Virgos. So, and then how do you find people that you can trust to be able to give some of that power up too?
That was extremely hard. My last show that you just seen, the anniversary show, that was the first show that I had nothing to do with out of my 6 years of throwing shows in Milwaukee, 5 years of throwing shows in Milwaukee. That was the first show I had nothing to do with. I did not pick the lineup. I did not schedule the set. I didn't do anything. I showed up and I seen what they did. And it was really hard for me because I'm the person. I'm very independent. I want to do everything on my own. But that's why I was saying I was driving myself crazy. People want to help. Allow them to. Like, especially if they asking. A lot of people don't ask to help for free or help for little to no money. Allow them to help you. Just give them duties that you can trust. Easy duties. Don't give them something that you have to train them to do. Just give them easy duties. And how I only pick interns that's in school. I'm very strict on that. People that's in school that have a lot of experience of what they applying for, that's it. All my interns are in school. I don't have no intern that just randomly wrote me on Instagram and was like, hey, I'm trying to get some experience. Nope. Everybody send me forms. I got to fill them forms out for their professor. That way I know that they're going to do the work because they want to graduate. So that's how I did it. Just get, if y'all viewing, y'all want to get some free game, get them interns like that. It's a whole bunch of websites that you can find interns on,
Mhm.
and LinkedIn is my best friend. And it's another site that I use. I can't think of it right now, but that's how I find interns. Now,
Another,
volunteers don't have to be in college,
I
but
think
interns do.
Fiverr. I think you can Fiverr, Fiverr or something like that. That's when you can like find like contractors and interns. It's kind of
So
like
I go to them to do like the little digital videos that I might
mm-hmm.
post. I'm not using Fiverr for anything marketing wise. And again, if y'all viewing, please don't, because it's a lot of bots, and they take your money and they send you, it'd be people that's not interested in your brand. It's just them building the following for you, but they're not going to ever interact with you. So if you're using Fiverr, just use it for production stuff only. Do not use it for marketing and promo. So graphic design, um, photos, editing, videos, those things are very good on Fiverr. But Facebook ads, no. Social media promotion, no. Social media marketing, no. They're going to get your page blocked. And I'm only speaking from experience because I did outsource on there a while back with a very important company, and they got the page locked. And I almost lost the job because of that. So I'm not going to do that ever again. So
Cool. I'm glad that you're talking about like your highs and your lows. So I want to bring up now. You got you got Milwaukee Day, and then you got Jammin' 98.3. Your choice of which one you want to talk about first, but I definitely want to talk about how they both have impacted you and your brand.
um, hmm. Let's talk about Milwaukee Day.
All right, all right. So for the people that don't know, explain Milwaukee Day and just explain what your role is in it now.
So Milwaukee Day is pretty much the celebration of Milwaukee. Literally, it's that simple. We celebrate it every April 14th. For a while, it was a grassroots movement, but now I became the new owner of it this year, in the beginning of January. So I want to make it more of a collective thing, make it as big as a festival, make it as big as Summerfest, Coachella, South by Southwest. So yeah, we just all come together. Everybody, different companies, big companies. We got the Bucks, Harley Davidson, the Brewers. We got all of them involved. Everybody just celebrate Milwaukee. But now I want to bring all these bigger brands together, because this year I ain't never seen, especially in the Black community, I ain't never seen that many 414 day posts. I was so happy. We were trending number 8 on Twitter. I was super happy about that. But I'm thinking, like, all these big brands, they brought all these people out to their events. Why can't we just make this one big thing and have it, everybody come together and celebrate in one area? So that's the reason why I want to make it more like a festival type of thing.
How do you begin to push for to turn the day into a festival? Like what does that take?
Adding more people to the team for sure, because this is one thing that I cannot do alone. I've done a lot of things alone in my entire life, but baby, this project is not something that I can do alone. And I learned my lesson this year when he was like, "Do you want it now or do you want to wait till next year?" My happy self was like, "No, I want it now. I want it now." But if I can go back, I would have waited till next year. I would have waited, because it was way too much for me to handle alone. I still have to do the showcasing side of things. Then Milwaukee Days for the community. It's not just about music. Then the first week was all media. Like, I'm talking about, it's 7 o'clock in the afternoon
Mm-hmm.
and Fox 6 calling me like, "Hey, do you feel like
Yep.
doing an interview? Like, I got to make this story for tomorrow." And I'm like, it's not my fault that you last minute, but okay, we can go about it. So just the week of was so stressful. So for one, if you're viewing and you want to be a part of Milwaukee Day, please let me know, because I need help. I did add 3 more people. I got Imani, I got Radea, I got Obi, but I still, I don't want it to be a Black thing. Nothing about my business is all Black, like, I'm just a Black owner and I want to support Blacks, but I want my platform to be diverse as possible. So we all Black women, but if you want to be a part of it, you can, like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to make this a Black thing. I'm not trying to make it fully Black. I want everybody, I want this to be a community thing. I want the South Side, the North Side, East, West, everybody to be a part of it. So
Before I move on to 98.3, what does Milwaukee mean to you?
Whew, I got asked this question so many times. Milwaukee is literally everything to me. Like, Milwaukee is, we go through so much here. We have little to no opportunities. We grind, we work hard. Everything is so professional. Milwaukee is about culture. Milwaukee is about becoming one, like unity, because we're so segregated here. So I want us to become one. And that's what I put in the proclamation this year. Like, I want it to be all about unity. Milwaukee is love. Milwaukee is sacrifice. If you here in Milwaukee and you building your brand and you're successful at it, I'm going to congratulate you, because that's the hardest thing to do. So yeah, Milwaukee is about being strong. Like, I can make a whole poem on
I was
on
about
Facebook
to get poetic.
about it.
Say that. You being poetic. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, I got my little stern voice going on. So, but Milwaukee is literally everything. And when we won the championship, that it almost made me cry, because we got to do so much here to just see the light. And that's why when you see the ones that decide to move out, and when they do move out, they get opportunities like that. Like, they don't waste no time, especially if they're really good at what they do. It's so many people that move in within the next like 3 or 4 years, and they are going crazy in their career in these bigger markets. That's because we got to do so much more here to be seen, and we put our money and our time and our energy into our brands. Then we go to a city like Atlanta, or a city like a state like Texas or Cali, and they like, oh, you the shit. Yes, we the shit, because we can't just walk into a gas station and see a music exec. We can't just walk into a gas station and see Tyler Perry. You could do that in Atlanta, though. So we have to fight a little bit harder to be seen. So that's what I think Milwaukee is.
You over here spitting facts. Over here
I'm
spitting.
trying to, I always got a lot to say. I can talk.
I love it. I want to hear more. So I love jamming 98.3. If you're not from Milwaukee, this our R&B station. The smooth, slow jams. Love it. So how did you get involved in 98.3, and what do you do there?
So I literally was applying for jobs, because I've been an entrepreneur since I graduated college, actually. So I graduated in 17, and I decided to build my business then. And I'm like, I had a lot of contracted work, but I never got a career job. So I'm like, I want my business to expand. I do not have a nonprofit, so I'm not about to get any grants. I don't have a business that's offering a service to people, to help them get by. So I'm probably not about to get funding. So I might need to get a job to invest into my business. So I was just on Indeed, and I was about to apply for another job. 98.3, B100, those type of jobs don't come available like that. Like, people who are in them positions, they stay for a while. They were hiring for a marketing director. And I applied, got through like the 4th interview, and they was like, you know what? I'm not going to say my real name. You know what? We want you, we think you work better in the marketing sales department. So they like, we don't want you to do the work. We want you to help us make money. Because of my entrepreneur style, how my approach, how I was speaking, how very confident I was. I was in that interview with my hands crossed, chill, laid back, like, yeah, I can do this. I'm the right one for this job. And they love that about me so much. And they decided to give me the job. So after 4 interviews, 2 assessments, they hired me. So I was super happy about that.
Congratulations. So
Thank you.
what is the do you work there every day, and like what does a typical day for you look like at the office?
I work there every day, and it's literally what I do for MKExpanded, I do there. It's just, so J-Man is my company, literally. So selling events, selling sponsorships, selling commercials, scripting commercials, doing voiceovers for commercials, planning events. Earl Stokes or Don Black might get booked for an event, so we're helping out with that. So I'm just a jack of all trade. If you work in the marketing sales department for Jammin', and we have 5 other stations, so I just don't only work for Jammin'. I just said that station because it's the most known one in our community, but we have other powerhouses in there too that I also work for. So those stations is my business, and I'm selling them. That's what I'm doing on the typical side. So on a typical day, I'm in like meetings all day, having meetings with either my sales managers, having meetings with potential clients, or having meetings with clients that's already on.
Cool. I remember what was it like? I think we met about like 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know. Whenever we both started our businesses, and both of us was kind of basically kind of struggling, still trying to build our brands up. How does it feel for you to be now in this position where you can decide to go corporate and then also still run your business and for yourself? Like, just how does it feel for you to see kind of like your hard work, in front of you right now?
It feels so good. And sometimes I forget to take a step back and enjoy because I always want more. I can't get content. Even like Milwaukee Day, I still haven't sat back and was like, damn, this is really mine. I could do whatever I want to do with it, Even because I want more, because I'm not living the lifestyle that I want. Sometimes I forget to just take it back, look at my career, and look at everything I've done for the city, for myself, for anybody. So I haven't really thought about it, like I've been successful since I was a little girl. Whatever I did, I'm talking about spelling beats, debates, whatever. So it's just like it's just natural for me to work hard. So I'm not looking at it like, oh, I just completed this milestone. I'm looking at it like, this is just work. This is just hard work, and I don't really like attention like that. So I don't like to, sometimes my mom tell me like, oh, you're just too humble. You're just too humble. I don't like talking about things unless it's something really, really, really big. I do need to work on how I'm a marketer, and I don't talk about myself. So I do need to work on that. So
I love that. So, do you have an end goal, or do you have like a vision that you're trying to achieve? Because you say you want more. What does more look like for you?
every year it changed. Like I promise you. So the moment I graduated from college, I was going to be this big old music industry person, and I started to do it. I told you I got a psychology degree,
Mhm.
so I was helping with the music, and then I'm like, I want to help the community. I don't want to just be a music person. No, not the community. That's the third thing. Then I'm like, no, I don't want to do the music industry. I want to do the entertainment industry. I want to be entertainment queen. This is what I'm going to do. And then I got Milwaukee Day, and I seen what Milwaukee Day actually was and what the vision was behind it. I want to be an influencer. I come from a single family household. My mom had me at 15. She did everything she could to help me and my brothers become something. So I just want to give back. I joined a lot of organizations in middle school and high school. I joined everything to teach unity, to teach discipline, to teach giving back. I was just a part of, I don't know, everything that's positive. So that's what my end goal is, to bring money into the city. We don't need to move. We don't got to move. There's nothing here. Figure out how can we make something happen in Milwaukee. That's my end goal. I want to be able to, somebody to be able to call me and be like, hey, I'm trying to come to Milwaukee. How can I make that happen? This is a stretch, but somebody like a Drake or something, that's a stretch. That's a crazy stretch because you're gonna go to Chicago before you come to Milwaukee. But like, I want to be in that position where people would, if they want to do something. Like, perfect example, we might have the political party here, the Democrat party here.
I
I
thought
want to be,
is
huh?
it it's the Republicans, ain't it?
Oh yeah, it is the Republicans, yeah. But they might have that here. But when we have big things like that, I want somebody to be able to call me and be like, hey, Mocha, we want to plan something around that. Like, that's where I want to be that gatekeeper for the entertainment industry for sure. And just collab with more like-minded people. I'm so big with collaborations. I don't have to do things alone. If I work with another person that's on the same level with me or better, that's another market that I'm not in. Why not collab? Everything isn't about money to me. Of course I love money. Who don't love people? I want to build brands with people. I want to build relationships. So
Cool. What should people know about the artists that you've worked with over the years? Because you talk about relationships a lot. So not even necessarily just the musicians, but just the people you worked with over the years. How you been able to build up those relationships and keep them strong to this day?
just being transparent with them, especially as a marketer, because most of the artists that I built relationships with, I was doing marketing or promotions for them. So just really creating a great marketing plan for them, treating their brand as if it was mine, letting them know what's working and what's not working, asking them how they doing. It's not always about money. I don't just start my conversations on like, oh, I need you to do this, I need you to do that. No, how are you today? Did you eat? Did you drink some water? Did you go for a walk? Are your mindset is good? Like, that's how I was able to, and just like I said, being transparent with them, being honest, and taking their brand serious. I think that's one thing that artists struggle with when working with managers and booking. Everybody just wants something from them. And I don't go into the situation wanting something from them. I go into the situation wanting to like help them with their career and become friends. We can become friends and work together. And I work with, let's see, I work with Genesis Rengie. I work with Rod Harper. I'm about to start working with Cam. I work with all the bigger, like I work with Mo City, but that's my best friend. So like, whatever. I work with them. And, a lot of those relationships started by me just showing up to their shows or me showing up to their album release parties, me buying stuff from them, me just really showing them that I wanted to work with them. And then it turned into something else. Now it's to the point like they want to work with me without me even having to reach out to them. And it wasn't like that in the beginning of my career. I remember in the beginning when I had my first show, and shout out to my boyfriend, Jay Lamo, he made a status for me because I had no access to nobody like in the city to perform. He made a status for me, and it's crazy how I go from 2018 not having nobody. Here we are 2022. I got too many artists. I don't have enough platforms for these artists now. So it's just great to see that people trusting the brand, seeing that it's helping other artists. Because I'm going to be completely 100% with you. I might not be the platform that can pay the artists a lot of bread when they perform. But one thing for sure, if you perform on the MKExpanded stage, you are going to gain new fans. You are going to get booked more, and your brand is going to be seen more. And I can, like, that is 100% true.
So she's saying she can give y'all quality. And that's what
Quality, yeah.
a lot of people don't understand, that like sometimes it's not always about the money. Sometimes like this one thing could help you get to something else. It's different than exposure, because some people just want to pay with exposure, but like no, you have to pay money as well. But no, I do. If y'all never been to one of her shows before, it's usually packed out. Honestly, people usually always the artists you have performing are usually always high, and people seem to have a good time. How do you, what are some advice that you can give to others about throwing engaging events, not just getting people in the room, but actually getting people talking, laughing, putting their phones down, singing back? Like how do you get that type of engagement?
Are you talking about events in general or just shows?
However you want to answer
Okay, for shows, first pick artists that got great quality music. Pick
it.
the ones that actually people know about. If you're gonna do the artists that nobody know about, keep those like open mic style shows. But if you're trying to do concert style shows, pick artists that people are actually listening to, people are actually talking about. Another thing is I don't know, have like a more engagement vibe. Like get everybody talking about it. One thing I could say is I can't speak for now because we're doing like a lot of open mic style shows. But when we started and we were booking like the popular artists, one thing I could say is the reason why people wanted to be a part of the brand because they saw it everywhere. People were sharing it. People were supporting it. So you have to figure out a way to get people to want to support it. My thing was promoting it, like being serious. A lot of event planners are not serious about promoting the show. I was promoting the artist's music, I was promoting their pictures, I was taking pictures with them, I was doing a lot of different things to make other artists want to be a part of it. Another thing is to do engagement things, do contests at your event, do raffles, giveaway things, do sign-ups there. Like if you a person that throws shows as well, another way to get more people to come out is like, hey, I'm always booked, but if you come out to my events, I can get you on. Like do little things to get people to come out. And this is a little contradicting because I throw shows every month. But if you knew, try not to throw them every month. Try to do
Yeah.
them at least 2 or 3 times. But once you get the hang of it, then you can do it every month. Once your team get bigger, then you can do it more and more.
So you talked about earlier you've been delegating responsibility, so now you have more free time. What does that look like for you? So what do you do now?
What did I do now? I am still working.
You
I am still working on my personal brand because MKExpanded took over my whole life. Like I have my own Miss Mocha Music is my own personal brand. You know, I want to do more things to get MKExpanded out there more. So that's what I'm doing, or just chilling and watching TV. Like sometimes more so, like if I'm watching something, I'm studying. So one thing for sure, I'm always studying Beyonce. Um, and everybody study her. I'm not a Beyonce stan. I'm not gonna be like I love all her songs. I'm more of a Rihanna person than Beyonce. But one thing I could say about her, she worked extremely hard and she is a great person to study. Not just for music, but for business in general. Just watch her interviews, watch how she set up her shows. Everything is so strategic. Everything is planned out well. And I watched her Coachella performance a lot on Netflix or whatever she got on YouTube. Or I might go watch some documentaries to inspire me because if they didn't have nothing and now they extremely rich, that could be me. Excuse my background. That could be me, you know. So like the Kanye West documentary or even the Giannis movie, like all those things are very inspiring. So I like to watch things that can benefit me in the long run. Or I'm on YouTube just learning marketing over and over and over because trends and everything is changing by the day. So you can never not, you always got to be a student. No matter how long you've been doing it. I've been doing this for 10 years and it's still stuff that I feel like I need to learn and know. So I'm always on YouTube learning, always trying to figure out something. I'm just like, I'm really a nerd, to be honest.
Hey, speaking of learning, you going to school to get your master's, right? And
Yes, I am.
so talk a little bit about that.
So I'm getting my MBA in digital marketing. So for a while, I was just learning marketing on my own. And then after I what did I do? I went back to school for it. And I was just like, oh, I want to get to corporate now because I'm learning all this stuff. So this is what made me go down a corporate route. And I already have some experience. To be honest, my homework assignments is what I do for MKExpanded. So like everything is what I'm already doing. So it's already easy for me. So and I did my marketing classes first instead of taking my business classes. That's not the way you should do it, but that's the way I wanted to do it because I love marketing. So yeah.
What does it mean to be a businesswoman, and how do you be a good, a good businesswoman?
Whoa. Don't let your emotions get the best of you because I'm trash at that. I'm
Oh
super
man,
trash at that.
me too.
Uh, that's like the number one rule. Do not allow your emotions to get the best of you. Like, whew,
Man, we here with that one,
I
cause
can't even say nothing else. That's how you be a great businesswoman. Do not allow. Always stand your ground. Like this is what you want. Like don't let nobody change it. Especially if you know you bring something to the table. Like if they feel like they can do it without you, allow them to do it without you. But this is what you want, and this is what you're gonna get. So stand your grounds. Learn how not to take things personal, and have a male business partner or somebody in your circle that can, when you do let your emotions get the best of you, you can be like, hey, call them, figure
yeah.
this out, because I cannot do this. I did this so many times with Scott J in the past when we used to be throwing shows out of town, and the people was treating me like however they was treating me, and I'll call him and be like, you need to handle this, and he'd handle it, and then after we have the events, the males would be like, oh my God, Mocha, you're so professional, you're this, you're that, how can we work together again? Because guys, more so guys, they always come into a situation thinking they about to control something, and that's just not what's gonna happen in my show with me. You know, we're gonna come up and not compromise. I'm not saying it's my way or the highway, but it have to make sense for both parties. I'm not doing more if I'm receiving less. So
No, I just have actually two more questions for you. Um,
okay.
how did you find out how to? Because being an entrepreneur, you don't know necessarily. Everyone doesn't know necessarily how to value themselves. But I mean, like price on like what you can offer. That's including your time to actually know all that stuff. So how did you when how did you get to the point where you I know what I'm worth. I mean, to the dollar point, because we already know we're valuable. We know we bring something to the table. Sometimes it gets difficult when somebody be like, all right, well, I want you. How much you want? And then you sitting there like, shit. So how do you figure out, you know, what your worth is worth your time?
So I've always been this person before I became Mocha. Since I was a little girl, I was always into what I want, and I'm gonna get what I want. My family, I come from a family of strong women, and they taught me and my female cousins these things, like, this is what y'all gonna do, this is what y'all not gonna take. This always been me. And then so I kind of like translated who I am personally into business. So it was a little easier. But as for people that's new to this, I would suggest, like, if you're gonna charge more, offer more. Don't just say I cost $1,000 a month and you're not telling them why you cost $1,000. Like, make it sound believable. You know, that's what I will say. That's how I'm able to stand my ground. And then also, if you got the testimoniums, oh my God, that is so important. If you offer a service, if you offer a product, please, y'all, ask y'all clients for testimonials. Ask them to give y'all some positive reviews, because that is one thing that has helped me along the way with trying to get a lot of money from people. Showing people, like, I'm not only telling you this is about me, but I got other people saying this too. I got other people making up quotes and stuff and making up, they doing all type of stuff because they see how hard I work. So come in there extremely confident. Be you. Don't try to fit a certain way because you think this company might not hire you for something. So just be you. Again, like I said, I come from a very strong family. So they taught me, like, go get what you want. Don't let nobody stop you. You know, like, they always believed in what I got going on. My family invests in everything, honestly, and I'm not even just talking about business. They invest everything into my personal life. And, you know, I'm about to be 30, and it's things that they still do for me. And you'll probably look at me like, girl, you too grown. Why your family doing that? But that's because they believe in what I got going on, you know? So, yeah, like, offer more. And if you're gonna raise your prices, like I said, bring some. Don't just raise your prices because you get more clients. Don't do that. Raise your prices because you learn something new. Raise your prices because, like I said, you're giving another feature or you adding on something to your original services. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Before I ask
And
my
then it's okay to compromise too, though. You know, so
Mhm.
say if you offer your price is $1,000 and somebody like, I can't afford $1,000, I'm not doing that. Okay, well, I can do this for 600, but I'm not gonna do this too. I'm gonna take something away. You can do the 600 price, but I'm not gonna give you all of what I was offering. Then they'll make their mind up, or they'll try to meet you halfway or something like that. But learn great negotiation skills. I charge this much because this is what I do and this is how I do it and this is what I'm going to provide. And I will also give you the results at the end so you can believe me. Be like that, because when you come into the meeting very confident, they're going to believe you. Whether you do the work or not, you know, they're going to believe you because you're so confident in yourself. You know what you can bring to the table. So, yeah.
That's straight facts though, because a lot of people be like, well, I'm charging $350 an hour, and it's like, all right, what do I get out of this? Oh, a consultation. Mm,
Some people like to do that because of how big they are or what company they might work for, or they could. When you got a certain brand, like, now that I work for Jammin, I probably can do that.
yep.
Because I tell you now, every time I get into Uber, they listen to Jammin 98.3. Every single time. So this station is big. It's been around since before we were born. So I can use Jammin 98.3 and make money if I want to. But I'm not gonna do that. So if you have some prices that people are trying to lower, maybe you need to reevaluate who your target audience is. No, don't change your price. Do
Change your
something else.
change your
Maybe you shouldn't be selling to customers. Maybe you should just sell to businesses, because businesses, they can afford 1,000 a month, 2,000 a month. But a normal person like us, we can't afford $1,000 a month. We can't. Well, I can't speak for you. I don't speak for myself. I can't. I can't afford $1,000 a month on an extra service outside of bills. But businesses could. They got marketing budgets for that. They got production budgets. So if you want to charge $1,000 or more for a service, do business to business. But if you got a lower ticket price, then do business to customers.
She really know what she's talking about. Those are actual, like, real life terms, like, for real, for real. So if y'all ever need marketing advice, please hit up Mocha. So
Please do.
my interviews, I'm gonna end this with this question. When people rewatch this interview, what do you want to get from it?
When they rewatch this, I want y'all to know, because you do ask this all the time.
I do.
Yeah, I've been interviewing with you for some time. I want y'all to know that you can make anything happen. And I feel like I said the same thing. You can make anything happen, just work. If I can do it, y'all went to Custer High School. Like, I want to throw that out there. If y'all don't know what Custer High School is, it's not a King. It's not Riverside. It's Custer. If I can make it happen from going there, you could. You just got to stay consistent, stay persistent. When things go wrong, don't give up. Reevaluate. See what you did wrong, not the other person. You can easily point your fingers at anybody else, but this is your brand and this is your project. Even if they messed up. Oh, we got some good people viewing right now. I want you to know. Even if they messed up, it's your problem to fix, because they're not gonna go hard for you. Another thing I want people to know is, if you're ever looking for marketing services, I work in the music industry, but that is not my only focus. I help small businesses, I help big businesses, I help everybody. If you want to learn how to develop a target market, if you want to learn how to develop your target audience, if you want to learn the difference between warm, cold, hot audience, if you want to learn all the technical stuff about marketing that you would never have thought about, please contact me. If you are somebody looking for artist development or brand development, please contact me. I am the person to go to. If you are looking to collaborate and build with other like-minded people, please contact me, because I'm always down to work. And stay positive, stay strong. You got this.
Funny though, and you see, you answer totally different. Yeah, asked that question, but you answer totally different.
Okay.
The people that joined, my name is Naisha Stone, Carter Stone, and this is the 10th episode with CNS IG Live with Positive Black Women. Our guest today was Mocha Harris, a brand marketing genius. So make sure to follow her and join us next Thursday as we interview another Black woman. Thank you so much, Mocha. I really appreciate
it. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all for always supporting me. I love y'all so much. All right, bye.
Team Mocha.